Oh, yes. See that smile? See that glee on that guy's face? You guys remember this? Remember this post-game celebration? It was after the Hawks, after Julius Randle went off for 44 points. But you know who else went off? The guy on the right. The guy with the never-ending smile and the ice in his veins right there. Immanuel Quickley. Hello and welcome to Into the Knicks-Verse. Alrighty, if this is your first time here, please subscribe, turn that bell on, or if you haven't subscribed yet and you watched these videos before, I would much appreciate a subscription, and thumbs ups. Thumbs ups, the thumbs ups are very, very important. Alrighty, and comment. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this whole idea of who is the actual X factor for this series, specifically against the Atlanta Hawks. In my opinion, Immanuel Quickley. Immanuel Quickley, absolutely. And the reason is very, very simple. After doing a deep dive in analysis on this series, like everyone else is doing, and I'm hearing some great stuff, but I gotta say, I am going to revise my opinion about how this series is gonna go. And I'll tell you why at the end. Let's see some highlights here. Quickly, look at that range. Quickley is a very, very special shooter, right? We all know this. He's in that kind of league of infinite range with, he's in the category below the Trae Youngs, the Steph Currys, the Dames. But again, he's a rookie. So who knows what he can evolve into being. But right now, we know what he does to defenses. When he starts hitting that three, defenses they get paralyzed, and now they have to adapt and they have to extend out further than they want to. And one thing that's been good about Quickley is when that's been happening, he has been able to get the room, get the space through and break down the defense or find the open guy. Let me see. I'm going to show you something that's really interesting about, before we get to that part, let me show you how Quickley is done against the Hawks. All right, so here, his season average in points per game is 11.4, but against the Hawks, he's averaging 17.3 points a game. Yep. And 1.3 rebounds, and look at the assists, 3.3. They're up they're up over his season average, which is 2.0. His three-point shooting percentage is about 39% for the season, which is very, very good. And I think we can expect that to climb even further, especially in years to come. But look how he is against the Hawks. 58.8%. His plus minus, he's a plus 18 average against the Hawks, where in the season average, he's a 2.8. Knicks won all three of those games. And one of the main reasons was because, obviously, Julius Randle played incredibly, but Immanuel Quickley. Exactly. So the reason that 58.8% is of note, it's not because Quickley just got insanely hot and the Hawks, were doing all they could to stop him. Here's that little, the Mutombo finger wag. Let's look at the Atlanta Hawks' defensive ratings. Here we go. So the league average for defensive rating is 112.3, which actually has gone up. I don't know. I haven't compared it to all the years past, but it definitely went up over the year before. Look at Herter, 115. Trae Young, 116. Tony Snell, 117. All above the league average. Goodwin, 116. Bogdanovich, ironically, is the best one on the Hawks at 114. And Lou Williams, 118. So their team average is 116. 116. You know what that tells me? That tells me the Hawks guards don't do exactly what their descriptor says. They're not guards. They don't guard. They don't guard. This series is over before it even starts, barring any weird injuries or any weird, occurrences. Knicks, I'm revising my opinion. I thought it would go 6, possibly 7. No, I think it's going to go 5. I honestly do believe it's going to go 5. I don't believe the Atlanta Hawks have an answer for the Knicks guards. They don't have an answer for Immanuel Quickley. They don't have an answer for Derrick Rose. They don't have an answer for Alec Burks because they don't have that gear, that extra gear to really lock down defensive gear that the Knicks have. and that, you know, the really, really, really good defensive teams do. The Hawks aren't a really good defensive team. Yes, their offense is pretty sensational. They have a great offense, but, you know, in the playoffs, if you don't play D, you know, offenses get a little tighter. You know, it gets a little harder to shoot. But guys like Quickley, who really don't fold under pressure. Now, of course, he may have, you know, of the 4 or 5 games that we play against them, he may have one game where, you know, he doesn't have it, or maybe even 2. But over the series, he is going to feast, and the Knicks are going to triumph, and they're going to be celebrating like we saw them right here. That's exactly right. That's how I feel. I think this series is over in 5 because they don't have anybody. Also, who are they going to guard? They can't even guard Julius. They've been putting Collins on him, and they're really going to put Capella on him. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Oh man, look at that. Look how fun. Look how much fun they're having. I love this team. I really do. I really do. I can't wait until Sunday. Can't wait until Sunday, and it's going to come soon, and hopefully they'll win that first game. I really believe. Well, I'm predicting Knicks in 5. So if they don't win that, they're gonna have to go 4 straight. So I'm hoping that they do win that first game. But either way, it doesn't matter. I think the Knicks are gonna win this series. The Hawks do not have any defensive answers for the Knicks offensive players, but the reverse is not true. The Knicks have answers for the Hawks offensive players. So there you go. All right, my name is George. Again, thank you for coming and watching this video. Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you around the Knicks-Verse.